Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of For the Most Part podcast. And today we're doing something a little different, but I think that it is pertinent to the music business because I think it's an opportunity for people to, especially the musicians, the practicing musicians, to really sort of get to understand what is in store in this episode. And so I want to welcome firstly Louise, who is our resident writer, and today she's acting as co-host.
Hola.
And our guest this fine episode, Mr. Gregory Pantin. Welcome to the show, Gregory.
Whoop whoop.
Hello everyone, I'm glad to be here. Been pretty exciting so far.
Yeah, considering all the talk we had before we started recording.
Yeah. That was a great way to start the podcast, actually.
You know,
at least for me.
Next time we'll see what we could work out. So I want to dive right into well, firstly, who you are and what drove you to this point. Which what we're talking about, guys, is an app that he's been developing. I'm hoping that it's going to be available on phones because I need something to practice.
Yeah, it will be.
But tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and that sort of thing. And then let's get right into the app. I want to find out more.
Sure. Well, I'm just a simple guy. I picked up guitar when I was about 17 years old. I've been practicing ever since. I've had my ups and downs. I would say in terms of playing, I take it on a bit more like a hobby. I do have the desire to perform and to become a professional musician, but at the end of the day, I like to just play for me. So that has kind of led me to where I am right now.
Right.
And where I am right now is I am primarily a music teacher, well, a guitar teacher. I teach in St. Joseph. Nice. I have a studio space, as you can see here.
Yeah.
This is where I have my classes. And that's what I do from day in, day out, more or less.
Right.
So with regards to the app, the app is really a pet project of mine. Being a practicing musician, anyone that has practiced an instrument or possibly any skill would have had ups and downs and times where you may have just found it a bit difficult to kind of get into the zone of practicing and to really find direction in your practice, because it could get really stale really fast if you don't have the right direction or the right push. A lot of us don't really have the kind of push we need to feel motivated to practice. So this app basically stemmed from an idea of just trying to organize my own thoughts into a routine, into a way that would help me to practice more, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is it that you would say that some of the other apps, because we all know that there's always a practice app out there. Would you say that none of those worked, or that none of those actually met the standard that you felt could have helped you develop?
Okay. Well, I have looked around for apps, to be honest. At the beginning of, when this idea first, before this thing was an idea, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted it to be.
Okay.
You know, I thought at first that I just needed to journal my practice, as in write down what I practice and keep a log of it every day and kind of review it. And then I realized that wasn't the solution for me, because in the earlies, that is what I created the app to do. It was to actually take notes of whatever I would practice on a day-to-day basis. But that never came to light. It is pretty public at this point. I decided to release it to the public because, well, I don't want to go too much into it, but when it comes to developing some things, you never feel like it's quite ready. But I decided, let me just put it out there. I didn't really have a promotional plan or anything. I just did what felt normal to me. I just made a little video on Facebook and YouTube and let people that I know about it. And that has helped me to kind of keep it rolling in a way. I just wanted to get the momentum going rather than think of a grand way to reveal the thing. you know?
Right.
So it is available online, and it is not an app in the sense of where you download it from your phone. It's more what you consider a web app. So you log into the page and it looks through your browser. It looks like an app and it interacts just like an app.
So
which means anyone can use it, whether on your computer or on your phone or any device really. Right, so that's a plus.
So this is a web-based app.
It's a web app for now, yeah.
Right. For now, nice.
Right.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little run through here, right? So pretty simple. It just takes you to a landing page. It's very basic. And it starts with the sign up option, so you can just sign up and it just takes you to the app one time. But what I'll do is I'll just kind of log in with my account here, and I will just explain, the process for me, how I use the app and how you could probably use it as well, right?
Right.
Yes,
so I'm logging in now under my account, right? There's always like a kind of nervousness within for any developer that's showcasing the app. You never know if something might break. It works all the time, but you never know, something bad might happen.
No. I think so far.
I must say, Gregory, I do love that on the left side there's a list of routines.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us how did you get the idea, first of all, of just having that very visible list of routines on the left side?
Okay.
For those of you listening, it's very useful.
Sure. So, when trying to come up with a design, because there's always the design part of the idea, you kind of fish around and see what other apps do, even apps that are not directly related to this. So I've gone through like to-do apps and gotten ideas from their design and pretty much just implemented the same idea here with my spin on it. So that's why we have the lists on the side, which is the routines. So obviously there's a list of routines on the side, and on the right hand side it shows you what is inside of that routine.
Right.
So I've added the notes within the item now, and it's simple description and a hyperlink. And then on your right hand side now I have, this is how long I want to practice for. Not super obvious, but this is hours, minutes, and seconds. Right. Now personally I like to practice things for short bursts of time. So I would say like 5 minutes, right? If I was practicing, let's say 2 scales, let's say C major and A major, maybe I might practice each one for 5 minutes.
Instead of just adding over a whole separate routine, so you're not gonna add a A major underneath. So you would just basically double the time. So one slot would be for your C major and the A major, rather than C major alone, then A major.
Yes.
That's genius. I'm liking this.
In fact, that would be great for students learning like maybe relative minor scales.
Or modes.
Yes, that is actually quite useful.
Yeah, it's just a way of keeping things kind of condensed, to be honest, and it helps. It helps a lot. So, and that's all there is to the item. It's just 4 fields. You have the title, the description, the time, and what I call the play count, which is how many times the timer will repeat if you want it to repeat.
Right.
So, Gregory, tell me something. When you create a new routine, each aspect of the routine, can you maybe have like an autoplay type thing? So when this first part of the routine is finished with the scales, can it like automatically start the next piece of the routine?
Yes, there is an autoplay feature within the routine. So let's just say I have 2 items here, and what I'll do is I'll just kind of edit this very quickly.
I want to see the play from one to the next, because that to me gonna be a
Okay, here we go. Click and play now.
It went straight to the next one. It went straight to the next one.
So, ladies and gents, it goes from one piece of the routine into the other, and it gives you a few seconds to organize your life and
gather yourself, gather your thoughts.
5 seconds. I might change that.
What about have you considered maybe a collaborative version of this app, so that maybe a teacher can like create a routine for a student and just kind of share it with the student on the platform?
Also, they have an already made routine rather than just
exactly, and
they
the
going through clicking.
And the teacher can see their list of routines and they can actually see how much the child has practiced.
Well, okay. So
yes.
50% we're
Evil
there.
smile.
We can share routines actually.
Uh-huh.
So do you have, Kemi, do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Okay. So
Pressure in the camp,
this was the last thing that I added in. And I did it within the past 2 months or so. So I'm kind of excited to try with my students. So I have a routine open here, Kemi, right? And we're going to go through it first, and then I'm going to send it to you on WhatsApp. And let's see if it opens, right? Okay, so right. So we have a routine open here. It's a blues routine, right? And there's a share button at the bottom here. So I'm going to click it. And then there's a generate link button, right? What it does, it creates a link for me so that I can share it with anyone. Then I'm going to click this copy link button, right?
And he gonna put it in WhatsApp, and I do not get.
Okay, so I'm sending it to Kemi right now.
This is the. I'm just showing it to the audience, so you all seeing this, and so I guess so if I am the student, okay, so I could press play. I'm just gonna press play on the first one. Hopefully, it doesn't do anything to the system. I'm pressing play. Ding, 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 ding.
Did the countdown start and stuff?
It started.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it started.
No download
required.
That literally took less than a minute.
The production man is saying, show the camera. You all see it not, right? It's counting down. Okay, and if I hit stop,
it stops the countdown.
It stops the countdown.
Nice.
Okay, so what do I do now? If it is, how will you know how long I've practiced?
I would have said at the start 50%, be 50% there. So I can't tell currently how much you practice, especially if you're not a login user. Like login users, you'd probably have to be a login user anyway,
right,
to kind of get those statistics.
Right.
But that will come. That is in play.
Right.
That is in play for later on. Yeah.
In the near future. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Like I said, it's a pet project, and it happened over the course of years. Just chipping away at it, really.
Wow.
Not always spending all my time, but I can do that sometimes. Now, as a developer, creating the app, strangely enough, is the easy part. Although it is hard to do. Well, it could be hard. It is the easy part because I could kind of understand what to do, and I know that I'll get there. I do want to monetize it and treat it, take it to a more professional level. But that is the unknown part to me.
Right.
You know? And I do my research and whatnot. But the hardest part, absolute hardest part of this entire thing is one, putting it out there because you feel like you're putting your baby in front of everybody to see. And people may or may not take you on. So that is hard. And then the second thing is actually getting people to use it or convincing them that it is useful, so that they will start using it. I'll be honest, I've had a lot of people that signed up, but not many people that actually use it consistently.
Constantly.
Right. Well, we've come to the end of this week's episode. Please do not hesitate to support this podcast and go on support Gregory, please.
Yes, please. Yeah, please support
this
app.
Thank you very much.
We might save a lot of musicians in the near future. I feel it in my bones. So, ladies and gents, all of the information obviously will be available on our website, www.forthemostpartpodcast.com. Donations, everything, socials, everything is on the site. I can't reiterate that enough because it day.
Yes.
It day. Count us as your new music news because pretty much what we say is relatively accurate and on time.
Yes.
So we will see you all. And Gregory, thank you for your time, by the way.
Yes, we've been here with Gregory Pantin.
Right? Yeah, I'm glad that we can be providing this kind of service.
Yeah. And it's long overdue.
I feel
it's been a while, guys.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gents. So we will see you and we will hear you on the next episode.
Bye.
Peace.